guys. It's Sunday Fun Day. Welcome to the Shelly D. Bridgman Show. This is Shelly D. Bridgman, and this is my testimony. Hello, 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 hello. You know what I noticed? I'm always some kind of energized on Sunday morning. I don't know why. I think usually it's my Monday. But tonight, it was my Tuesday because it's changing my schedule. But I feel so good today. Listen, you guys, let me tell you something. Look, there's a couple somethings that I want to tell you. Listen to this. I feel so good right now. I feel at peace. I feel so... I'm going to take the glasses off. I feel so at peace. I had some challenges last night at work. Worked with the guy that I gave my job to, and I talked to God about it, and I said, how do you want me to handle this, right? Because I'm supposed to be an adult, right? So I came in, and one thing I can't stand is when people say, how you doing, or how's it going? It's like, dude, you don't want to know that. You can say good evening, you can say good morning. I'm more likely to give you a response. You know what I'm saying? But to ask me how I'm doing, I don't like that. I don't like that. So rushed into work last night, made it, and the people around me are perplexed, right? So the guy that I relieved, and everybody know that I was in the other position. They may be assuming like I was shifted to another position, that it wasn't my decision. They may be a decision, but the guy looked in my face like he looked sad. He looked sad, right? Like when I relieved him, he looked sad when he, was giving me the equipment or whatever. But then the guy's talking about how's it going or something like that. He was sitting in the seat like he was really sitting in my seat. You know what I mean? It's a feeling. It's a feeling. Let me tell you something. Don't ignore your feelings. Don't ignore your feelings. That's how he was sitting there, like he was sitting in my seat. It wasn't like he belonged there. It wasn't like, oh yeah. No, it was like he was sitting in my seat. So I don't even really care about the change, because it actually is better for me. So I don't even really care, but I'm a person of principle. I am. I'm the person that changed storage rooms over $20. You know what I mean? On principle, because I moved out of 2 storage rooms because of principle, because I felt like you are unfair and you're dishonest, and so I knew something was going to come behind that. I just felt that. Even this guy that I talked to, he's like, yeah, you know something's coming, right? And so that's how I feel about this guy. I feel like the low downness of what he did. I'm a Christian, and I'm working on my forgiveness and all this other stuff, but I really feel like the level in which he did that is so snakish that I can trust absolutely nothing that comes from him. You know what I mean? Like, he did what he did, and it's like, I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't know, I just talked to God and said, how am I supposed to handle this, right? And I just went into work, but because I was rushing, because I passed out and went to sleep. That's what happened. I hadn't had enough sleep yesterday, and I passed out and went to sleep. It's like, oh, okay, let me, I'm already dressed. Let me get on the road and, go to work. I was already dressed, but I had passed out, right? But I made it there on time. I just made it, like a couple minutes, but I was there on time. So there's the notion of, was I demoted, or do people really know the truth, right? There's that. And like I said, I'm a person of I'm sorry, I haven't had a lot of sleep. Principle. I believe when you're a certain age, you just like he says, it's not my first rodeo. I believe if you're a person of integrity or character, I believe you can say, what do they say, the guy that wants multiple women, just be honest. Don't, sneak around town and do all these different things and breaking people's hearts, right? I think that for everything that I did for him, for everything that I did for him on so many, on personal levels, you know what I mean, on a personal level, the stuff that I did for him, he knew the kind of person that I was. I said was, and that he could have talked to me. He could have even said, like, not, like, maybe not even saying, can I have your job, but he could have said, you know what, I'm having a hard time with this position. What do you think I should do? You know what I mean? Should I go to the office? Should I ask them for? He could have, and then maybe but he told me personal things. I never judged him. And he should have been able to talk to me, or he should have handled that a different way. And looking at how he's handling it moving forward, it's like, I was right about what he was doing, that he was trying to push me out. Okay, so he didn't have to push me out. He got my job. Okay, you got my job now. Okay, so do it, right? Just do it and leave me alone, right? But I think he thought, some people think Christian means unknowing, right? They think that you don't know anything about trickery. You don't know when a person's up to no good. They think you just naive, right? So the beginning of the shift, here he comes with something to. He was doing one. He was testing the waters to see, okay, was her attitude, was that me, or was it just her, right? Like how I came in. So he was testing the waters with that. So he called me on the phone. It was that, and then also he was trying to make me unsuccessful, because I have a certain amount of time to do certain tasks, right? To complete certain tasks. So him calling me and diverting me from that, you're going to cause me to not be successful. You're going to cause me to not do what I'm supposed to do, right? Now, this is actually officially, I mean, it's still a new job, right? So I need to be successful at that, right? So he did both of those things. Okay, so I didn't go for it, and I told him blah 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 blah, do this and do that and everything else, right? Okay, fine. I talked to the supervisor, and I did some stuff to cover myself to make sure, okay, this guy's up to trickery. He's up to trickery. So the shift went on, and at some point, I have like I had for the other position, I had like a long break at some point, right? And so, but I know how to, do some stuff, right? So, and the lady that has been there for a long time, she told me yesterday morning, she said, well, you can do this task, anytime you want to, just make sure you get it done. So that's what I did. Instead of waiting until it interfered with my schedule, I just did it early and got it done, right? So later on in the evening, I could have really a time to relax and, get everything done, right? And see, because it's resting your mind too. I believe in quiet and meditation, not rushing all the time. And yesterday I had a hard time with, finding stuff and everything. So I wanted to make sure that I had enough rest so that I could focus and, be relaxed in my mind, right? So I got my job done, but I just did it in a different way, right? Because I didn't even know they had made changes, right? So the guy called me at this time when I had like designated this this rest for myself, because I'd already done the job. Pretty much already done what I needed to do during that time. And look, I'm just gonna tell you how it is, right? He said he needed to go to the bathroom. He needed to go to the bathroom, and could I, come and relieve him so he could go to the bathroom? I'm like, are you kidding me? Right? So I worked with this guy for 2 straight weeks, and it's the same job. It's just the times are different. Like when he's in the office and when I'm in the office. We just switch schedules, so he knows what my schedule is, right? He knows what it is. And it's been the same all this time. So now you need to go to the bathroom, right? It's like, oh, okay. And if you say that to somebody, if you say, oh, she didn't want to let me go to the bathroom, it's like, what? It makes it look like I'm a bad person. You know what I mean? And so that's what I'm the lady that brought even though people don't like me, I'm the lady that brought in candy and Christmas trees and all this other kind of stuff. So he's just really trying to sully my name, right? So I said I'm really in the press. And I really did. I carved out that time for myself because I needed it, right? Because my last task for the shift yesterday, I was really late getting it done. I barely got it done, and I had to apologize to this lady because it interfered with, her getting her shift started, right? So that's why I cleared everything before that, so I could my mind could be rested and I could focus on it, right? But he wanted to interfere with that. He wanted to interfere with that. And, because that's gonna, eat at my time. And the job is all about time. That's what it is. It's all about time. You got so much time to do X, right? So I told him, I said, I'm really in the press, right? And it's not for me to. So then he said, he'll call a supervisor or whatever, right? Now I had already called a supervisor earlier about, him wanting me to go, early at the beginning of the shift, he wanted me to go do this, or he said he'll go do it or whatever. And so we talked about it, like, okay, so, and that was what I had said on the recording before. I said the job is not really, you can't fix stuff. And I said, I wonder how well he's going to be able to deal with that, right? So his tactic was, one, he really did want to jump in there and save the day. One, he was serious, but that's not what we do. We don't save the day. We just we help the day along. You know what I mean? But we don't save the day. So he wanted to do that, but then also too, he still knew that it was gonna distract me from my assigned task, right? So I talked to the supervisor, and the supervisor's like, yeah, that's not what we do, right? When he made that call to me early in my shift, right? He said, no, that's not what we do. And I'm like, yeah, it's like, what's up with that, right? So, and the funny thing is, even though the supervisor is new, I'm known for not calling people. I don't call people. I don't call people and ask questions. I don't call people and ask for help. I don't call people. I see you when I see you. I sign your piece of paper. I do my job and I go home. That is my MO. Everybody knows that. Right? I don't want no trouble. All of a sudden, I'm calling this guy because of this other guy, right? So at the end of my shift, when he comes with this, can you let me go to the bathroom? It's like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It's like if you're a teacher, you don't, that's your job. And you work around that. And the way that our job is structured, you have enough time to schedule for yourself when you go to the restroom, so that you don't have to do something like that, right? And so I made it through the shift, and the last part that I had the trouble with yesterday, I killed it this morning. I was so happy. You talk about, look, I'm just going to lay it all out. You talk about being anointed. That was God that guided my footsteps, because I was like making the right turns. I'm like, maybe it's over here. Maybe it's over there. Yesterday, I was telling the lady about it. It's like a maze. And, I can't remember stuff like that. And I need landmarks and stuff. And I went in there and I killed it. I had an hour to do, or probably less than an hour. I did it in 30 minutes. I did everything that I needed to do in 30 minutes. And I was so proud of myself. I was like, girl, but that was God. You know what I'm saying? That was God that guided my footsteps. And for me to do essentially a whole new job, to know where stuff is located, a bunch of different like 22 different locations, right? Like, how am I supposed to remember that, right? And I did it. I did it, and with a whole lot of time to spare. I was so proud of myself. I knew that that was God, and it confirmed for me that I was doing the right thing. That everything that I did was like telling the guy, because before, this guy that was a supervisor, before he left, he said, if you need to go to the bathroom, you call me. This is what I'm here for. Instead of pulling someone away from their assigned duties, you can't do that. That's not how it works, right? You have assigned duties, and if someone interferes with that, then you don't get your job done. And what's your excuse? Because that person needs to go to the bathroom? That's not what people are paying us for, right? So yeah, but the fact that I was so successful at getting that done confirmed for me that I had done the right thing with everything, how I handled everything, with telling him no. I didn't say like no. I said, I'm really in the press, right? Like, I really need to get this stuff done, right? And it just confirmed for me that I did the right thing, because that extra time that I gave myself, it helped me to be relaxed. My mind was relaxed, and I wasn't stressed. I was just focused and everything. So I was so happy about that. The lady that I talked to her about this whole situation, about him actually wanting my job, and that's why I gave it to him. She was saying that was, disrespectful, that he called my boss and said I want her job. Like, he's been there like 2 weeks, like literally 2 weeks. And to just ask for somebody's job, right? That's way out of line, right? And like she was saying, that was for me to make that call, not for him to make it, right? And so she showed up like an hour early this morning. I'm jumping up and down. Oh, she's here, right? Just glad to see her. She said that 5 people quit. And I'm like, whoa, you kidding me, right? And so now he is her relief. I mean, she is his relief now, right? Because I changed positions. But so he was in there. I could hear him saying my name. I could hear him. So whatever complaint or whatever he had to say, I just felt like I wanted to, because she even said to me, you make sure you come and give me a hard time, even though she's not my relief anymore. But now he's latched onto her, and he's trying to what do you get it, the popular vote, right? He's trying to get the popular vote. But that is what I stand on, is doing my job. I did stuff that I was doing before I switched jobs. I did that. I did the new assigned tasks that are specific to the new position. I did everything. I did every single thing. And even for him wanting to jump in and save the day, I called someone else to assist us with that, because it's really not our job, right? To lay your life down on the ground and stuff like that. So I made that call and made a note of that. You know what I'm saying? So he couldn't say, I didn't want to, anything like that. So I'm proud about how I handled everything. I am. I did my job. It's not a good place to be in, but I did my job anyway. And so I asked God. I said, am I supposed to approach him? Am I supposed to say something to him? But by the end of the shift, he got it. Like, oh, okay, she gets it. That's what's important for him to know. He needs to know that I didn't just offer him the job because I wanted to, that he knows why I offered it to him. He needs to know that. He needs to know that I offered it to him because he was breathing down my neck. He needs to know that I'm on to him. That's what he needs to know. And that little, pretending to be somebody else, he needs to know that I'm on to him. That's what I needed him to know. It's like he really is. Situation happened, and he said he made a threat. He made a threat. He said if something happens and we get fired or something like that, he said he made a threat. I didn't tell anybody. Because this is what I know. Everything, just like the lady that's been there for a long time. She said he had a job making a lot more money, and now he's here. She said there's something in that. There's something in that. Why would you take a job making so much less money, right? So she knows something's up with him, right? And I'm not gonna say anything, because what his deal is gonna come out. is gonna come out without me pointing that out or telling someone, oh, I believe it's gonna come out. It's going to come out. So I feel good. And so that's what I'm saying. Like the stuff that I tell you guys about what I did and what I gave somebody, that's stuff that I'm supposed to tell you guys. The personal things that exchange between me and this guy, I'm not telling you that, because that was between us. You know what I mean? That was personal. So I'm not disrespectful. I'm not gonna, tell anything like that. I can say you try to take my job. I can say that, but not anything that was personal, like he told me in confidence. That's not okay to repeat. You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's what's going on. I feel good about how I handled everything. And what I learned years ago is some people just don't have understanding, and it's not worth it to waste your time. Like, it wasn't for me to go to him and say, well, this and that. What I really wanted to say to him was, this is what I kept repeating in my mind. You got the job, so that should be enough for you. You don't take my job and then I'm like your best buddy. No, that's if I just gave it to him because I wanted to do it, that's one thing. But I did it under duress. I did it as an attempt to resolve a situation, and it I'm not gonna say it hasn't, but that's why it was important for him to know that why I gave him the job. He needs to know that I know the truth, not that I just gave up the job, but he needs to know that I know that he intended to take it from me. He needs to know that I know that. And by the end of this shift now, he's cut it out with the, oh, I'm back, and the nicey. He's cut it out with that. When we switch off in the office, he walks in and I walk out. No eye contact. We're done. Do the job and go home. We're done with that. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. But here's the other thing. Just telling you guys what happened, but here's the other thing. I applied for a job with the company on Friday. And it was Friday, and I did the video interview, and I somehow got the lighting right. I was in the car, and I was able to get it done, right? And I didn't. This company, they just keep sending me jobs, like this job and this job and this job, and I saw it, and it's making a lot more money with the same company. And I don't think it's doing anything crazy, like anything really different from what I'm doing now. It's a little closer, like maybe one stop closer on the freeway. You know what I mean? So, excuse me. I don't know how. It just it seems like if they call me, I'm taking the job. If they call me and say, do you want this job? I'm taking the job, because yeah, I'm going to do that. And they possibly could. That job was available. Oh, it was a different shift. I think it was a different shift. It wasn't graveyard. The guy, my coworker, with the really nice guy with the family, or his couple kids, and I told him about the job. I think it wasn't graveyard or something that made him apprehensive, but it was like right before Thanksgiving, like the day before, and I told him, man, you better apply for that because people are not thinking about a job right now. They're thinking about, having turkey. And but it was something. Maybe it wasn't graveyard. I don't know what it was, but here I am. If they call me, I'm taking the job. They called me, I'm taking the job. I was in the middle of running errands, and I threw some lipstick on, and I had to put the glasses on because I couldn't see, because you had to read some stuff and everything. But yeah, I did the interview and stuff. So if they call me, I'm taking the job. Because I mean, why not, right? I guess what I'm trying to say is, I didn't go looking for a job. If I went and said, oh, I'm not putting up with this, because I know God has a plan. I know He does. Get this air. Now you're going to hear the cars. Yeah, I know He has a plan. I know He has a plan, and, like I said before, there's something to be learned from being in a situation like this. How to deal with it and stuff like that. But I didn't go seeking another job. I didn't do that. It was something that just came to me. So if they offer it to me, I'm taking it. That's what I'm going to do. Now, when I went and said I want to transfer and this and that, I'm going to say this out loud. I still wonder how the options that He gave me were jobs like He knew I wouldn't want. It was like all crazy environments. All environments that would be a definite no for me, right? So, because what they're supposed to do is they're supposed to give you 3 options. They're supposed to give you 3 options. I don't know where the options came from. But how did He choose 3 options that would definitely be a no for me? How could that be? How could that be? Some stuff is an absolute no. It's like if someone says, will you take this job standing in fire? No, that's an absolute no. You don't even have to ask me that, right? And those are the kind of jobs, the 3 options that He gave me. So did He do that so that I would stay where I'm at? Because, like for as big as the company is, how did you come up with those 3 jobs? And this job right here has been available since Thanksgiving, right? I never did trust that. I never did trust that. So yeah, if these people offer me this job, I'm taking it. I'm taking it. I have some earrings. I said, shoot, I can, if that's it, I can cover them up. You know what I mean? I know how to wear my hair to cover my ears. But yeah, so that's what it is. It is Sunday, so I'm 2 days in, so tonight is my Wednesday, and I just feel great. I feel great. I changed my clothes. I'm over here at the library. There's nobody here. They're open today, but I guess they're gonna open later. So I'm getting this done. And you know what? Something really does. It's like, like how sometimes I do it like in the morning when I get off work. And sometimes I wait and I go do something and I sit and stuff like that. It really, I feel so good right now. Like I'm not doing it under duress, Like I have the energy. I'm just doing it. I'm just talking to you, right? And I said to myself, I said, when I talk to them, right? What the guys say, my best friends. When I talk to you guys, I said to myself, when I talk about it, maybe I'll hear the answer. Maybe I'll hear the answer. And I guess, I just talking to you just confirmed everything that I think, I'm not imagining anything. The whole thing is just so so snakish that I hate to even speak on something like this, but you know what? I heard Bishop's daughter sermon that she gave this morning. I just finished just when I clicked on with you guys, and she said your testimony will help someone. That's the point of it. And this is something. I'm not that kind of person. That's why I don't want to deal with it. But it really will help someone. So many people, are working, and people get in situations. They do, because people have their problems, and they don't they don't want to just see you, what do they say, just be happy or whatever. People have their angles and stuff like that. But yep. So I feel good. I feel great. I feel great. I feel great. I feel great. I feel great because I feel like everything I've done was the right thing to do. Giving him that job, the fact that I did such a good job this morning, and I feel good about all of that. It has it has required some being quick on my feet with the thinking, and how to deal with difficult situations and people trying to be manipulative. Because that's not really something that I don't really get involved in stuff like that. But yeah, I feel really good. And if these people call me tomorrow, I'm taking a job. I am taking a job. So that's it. I feel good. My little guy, he's he's asleep. Look at him. He has his head on the little the buffer part of his little bed as a little pillow. Look, he's looking. He knows I'm talking about him. Has on his little star sweatshirt. Not stars like on the let's see, calendar, on the flag, but stars like in the sky. Where the shape is a little different, like it's a twinkle kind of shape, like, what I mean, the difference. So everything is good. Went to the pharmacy this morning, didn't have my prescription ready, and I didn't pitch a fit, even though I put it in 2 days ago. You know what I mean? I just took it. There was no line, and I just feel relaxed. I feel peace. That's what I'm saying. Peace is the umpire. When you feel peace, that's what I'm trying to say. When you feel peace, you know you've done the right thing. And I feel peace. I feel peace. So what's the message? I just gave you a message the other day about peace. So what is the message for this? I found the guy last night and gave him the money. I sure did. I found the guy and gave him the money. That's what I'm saying. I just feel peace all the way around. I gave him that money, and I just, how when you, just like I'm saying, I gave away a whole bunch of stuff. My 3 TVs. I don't mean little TVs. 3 TVs, 3 flat screen TVs. I don't feel like I miss anything. And what I'm going to do now is I have a whole storage room full of stuff, and I'm going to start thinking about what else I can get rid of, because I don't know what all this stuff is. I just don't know. I don't know, but I want to get rid of it. It's too much stuff. So keep the purses and get rid of everything else. But what is the message? I think the message is you know if you've done the right thing, but how you feel. Even if you have to deliver some bad news, but you're not walking around with regret on your neck, right? You feel relief. You feel like, okay, I did it. I did what I was supposed to do. That's what the message is. My friend Charlotte, when I first met her, one of the things, she's passed on. One of the first things that she taught me was pay attention to how something makes you feel. Oftentimes we make decisions, we go, this or that, right? But you don't really pay attention to how you feel. Like if you feel tense, if you feel nervous, if you feel, it's like even how people make you feel. Some people make you feel relaxed. Some people, you get off the phone with them, you feel all wound up and stressed out. Some people, you get off the phone with them or you leave their presence and you feel confused or you feel angry. Pay attention to how something makes you feel. It doesn't matter. It does. That's the message. Pay attention to how things make you feel. It does matter. There you go. We got it. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you for being here with me. I really do appreciate you. We're keeping the time done. You know what I think a part of it too is, one of it is technical on my end, but two, I think a part of it too, this is the holiday season and people, they may not really have an hour, so we're cutting it down a little bit, and we're still getting the meaning and the intention, but we're just cutting it down a little bit. So the message is, pay attention to how things make you feel. It really does matter. All right, I love you. Talk to you tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.